Fit.
Good afternoon. I'm Chris Brown. I am the tight ends and tackles coach at the Southern University, my alma mater, by the way. This is episode two of Trill O-Line Play, where we're going to be talking about the importance of punch from the O-line room. Okay, so just a quick overview of what we're going to be discussing today is understanding a good punch from an offensive line standpoint, the surface that we punch with on our hand, and the different punches that we use in our offensive line room. Okay, so first things first, we need to understand what a great punch is. Okay, so a punch, first and foremost, must be tight and violent. So you see Javonte Davis right here to the right of your screen doing a great job with a tight, violent punch, punching from all of his muscles from his lower and upper body, which is my next point. You must punch from your legs, your hips, and your chest muscles. So when an offensive lineman explodes out of his stance, part of his punch that he uses to strike the defender comes from his legs and his hips as well as his chest. All right. You also, as an offensive lineman, must have tight elbows. Even you see Javonte right here, his elbow is tight to his body when he strikes the defender. Just like an offensive lineman, you don't have no power and you're prone to hold as an offensive lineman when you have what I call chicken wing elbows. Keep your elbows tight and strike the defender. You must know your punch radius and you must have great timing of your punch. All right. So when we're talking about knowing our punch radius and knowing the timing of our punch, it goes hand in hand. I need to know when it's time for me to strike the defender, and I need to know that I can't strike too late. If I strike too late, then the defender's going to be on my lap already, and he probably already has his hands on my chest. If I punch too early, all right, I'm prone to get swam by the defender, and swam by the defender because I punched way too early. Okay, so that's the understanding piece of a punch by an offensive line. All right. So next thing, what do I punch with as an offensive line? All right. So the proper way to strike our defender derives from this jujitsu punch. All right, that is used. You want to strike right here. This is what I call the ball of your hand. All right. This is the hardest part of your hand. That's why a lot of offensive linemen take the risk, all right, because they understand that I'm going to be using this a lot to strike the defender. This is what you want to strike with. You definitely don't want to strike with your fingers. You don't want to strike right here with the upper part of your hand. You want to strike right here with what I call the ball of your hand so that you get a violent punch on the defender and it doesn't harm you. All right. So safety first in the game of football these days. All right. So the tricep punch. So the first punch we're going to talk about, again, I use Jatari a lot in all of my illustrations. He does a great job for us at Southern University. Your aiming point when you're talking about a tricep punch is the armpits of the defender. All right. The armpits of the defender. So that's the aiming point. It's important to give your offensive lineman landmarks so that they know where I'm punching the defender. All right. So the tricep punch not only is great for us, but it also protects our chest. All right. It protects our chest. And when we punch tight with tight elbows and we're using our triceps. So when I talk about the tricep punch, we're using our triceps to strike the defender. So guys, triceps are not just to look nice and look good when we wear sleeveless shirts, guys. We need to understand that it's great for the tricep punch for an offensive lineman. All right. So we strike with a forklift motion. All right. So I'm coming up when I'm using a tricep punch, I'm striking with a forklift motion with tight elbows to get under the defender's pads. All right. It forces us to keep our elbows tight to our body when we're punching from our triceps. Okay. So that's the tricep punch. So this is a video right here of our left guard. This is a video right here of our left guard using the tricep punch. All right, this is a video of our left guard using the tricep punch. Brian Williams, he does an outstanding job for us here at Southern University. This is him using a tricep punch in one of our games this past spring. All right, that sprung us open for a touchdown. All right, great stance. He fires off the ball, gets his hands inside tight, strikes under the armpits of the defender. All right, and we're able to get a big gain right behind Big Brian. All right, because he's doing a great job getting his hands under the defender, striking tight with his elbows tight to his body. All right, so that's an outstanding job by Brian using the tricep punch that we always talk about here at Southern University. All right, so flipper technique. We use this to get the best hitting surface on our fit. All right, so this is outstanding, all right, for offensive linemen that have weak hands, so younger offensive linemen, or they're undersized. So if you have an undersized offensive line, all right, you can use the flipper technique to get under the defender's pads and gain leverage, which can help you get some sort of edge. All right, so we're using our forearm and we're striking in an upward motion. All right, we're striking in an upward motion under the defender. So the illustration to your right is some sumo wrestlers, and it's an outstanding illustration, all right, of what the importance of getting under and lifting the defender, which is what we use when we're talking about a flipper technique. All right, so it can be used in gap double teams, and it can also be used in single blocks, like if you're an undersized offensive lineman. All right, so this is another clip. This is from a few years ago here at Southern University. Our center right here, Jalen Brinson, is doing an outstanding job right here using the flipper technique under a much bigger, stronger defender. All right, he was an outstanding football player here at Southern University. He's using the flipper technique to gain leverage under the defender, and he's striking. All right, so right here, he's our center right here, number 58, doing an outstanding job of getting under the defender, all right, and getting his hands and replacing his hands back inside using the flipper technique, lifting and getting under the defender. All right, so the next technique we're going to be talking about is the post technique. All right, so with the post technique, all right, from your stance, you keep your near arm straight and snap it to the defender's near shoulder. All right, so a lot of the times this is used on double teams when we're uncovered and we're working up to the second level. All right, so your thumb should be rotated and your fingers should be together like a stop sign. All right, so the stop sign hand, all right, just like a stop sign, you're pressing that hand forward. You want that thumb to be up. All right, you keep that opposite hand free. All right, when you're working up to the second level, you want to keep that opposite hand free. All right, this can be used in double teams like I just stated. All right, and it also can be used as hand read when you're working up to the second level. All right, so this is a great job here by the left guard right here using the post technique. All right, which we just reviewed, the post technique here. All right, so got a little stemming here by the defensive line. All right, so when they get set, you see him working with the center up to the second level. Does a great job getting his post hand inside. The post technique is used. We're trying to help the adjacent lineman next to us. All right, he does a heck of a job helping that guy. This is our left guard right here doing an outstanding job. All right, working the post technique, which helps the guy next to him and also helps him read as he works up where he's being busy and not just working up aimlessly. All right, so thank you again. It's a short, quick videos where we just talk about simple, basic, practical fundamentals of offensive line play. It'll be every Thursday in the afternoon. I'm going to drop a video on all of my platforms. They're going to be on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Again, it's going to be every single week. All right, so I'm going to also start a nugget of the day. So the nugget of the day is just do it for your young men and women. So if you're a coach and you're coaching college football, high school football, middle school football, pee-wee football, professional football, do it for the young men and women, all right, that you work with. Understand that they can feel the love. They know your energy. They can tell if you're playing with them or if you're serious about loving them. So make sure that when you're coaching this game or any game that you coach, that you genuinely love the people that you coach. Thank you so much for your time. And I'll definitely see you next week.